Good afternoon, everyone. We are the 11th group from grade 11 STEM B, and we are here today to present to you our study entitled Extent of Readiness of Grade 10 Students for Basic Calculus of Senior High School STEM Strand. But before anything else, let me introduce to you the people behind the study. Yours truly, Shanley Faye M. Medina, Justine Magdato, Jasmine Manguera, Gabriel Andre Tarine, and Anne-Ray Lamer-Telswing, who will present to you our rationale.
According to Deb Russell, year 2020, calculus is one of the curriculum subjects taught in the STEM strand. It is a branch of mathematics that deals with the analysis of rate changes. All math was stable prior to the advent of calculus. It could only be used to measure objects that were perfectly still. The required skills or lessons to learn to understand and solve some calculus problems are commonly taught in junior high school, and the K-12 educational system uses a spiral-like curriculum which connects lessons from kindergarten to grade 12. These are the two reasons why students' basic calculus readiness in grade 10 important in the STEM strand. As a result, they must have accomplished all of the coursework and lessons in junior high school before taking calculus or even the STEM strand. Readiness is the mood or condition of being completely ready to accomplish something, the desireness to commit or achieve something, and the nature of being instant, speedy, and punctual, cited by Lexico, year of 2020.
Students' preparedness is having a knowledge and context on the subject. Any misfortune that a student might experience should not be a deterrent. Rather, they should be conscious that such events may occur in the future. Before entering a battlefield, an individual should have a fair amount of information. They should never go into a situation unprepared. Students who attain good grades in their mathematical evaluations are more prepared for their educational duties than those who are lacking in that approach as viewed by their math instructors. Grades are important for entering universities, especially if the students want to sign up for scholarships. This study will help the grade 10 students survive senior high school and achieve their dreams.
The figure being presented shows the ordinance of the process on assessing the student's readiness and awareness about the basic calculus of STEM strand. This process includes the knowing of their initial impression and their awareness about the skills required in basic calculus, which are algebra, geometry, and trigonometry, might as well as testing some basic knowledge to the said required skills. All of them are done using the survey questionnaires created by us, the researchers. In this process, we can easily guesstimate on how aware the students are in basic calculus of STEM strand.
Statement of the problem. This study generally aims to determine the extent of readiness of grade 10 students in basic calculus for senior high school at Don Honorio Ventura State University. Specifically, it will seek answer to the following questions. Number 1. What are the prerequisite competencies in the senior high school basic calculus as identified by each of respondents? Number 2, how may the extent of readiness of the students in senior high school basic calculus relative to the identified prerequisite competencies be assessed? Number 3, what are the least mastered skills among the identified prerequisite competencies preponderant topic? And number 4, what will be the proposed intervention materials based on the pursuit on this point?
Scope and elimination. This study is conducted primarily to measure the level of readiness of grade 10 students from the Laboratory High School of Don Honorio Ventura State University that will take the STEM strand. By having them fill out survey questionnaires, the researchers will be able to identify the challenges and capabilities of students and also what are needed to improve. Significance of the study. The purpose of this study is to prepare grade 10 students for the next level of their academic years, as well as for the said grade level to understand that they will need a prepared foundation in taking the STEM strand, because the presence of mathematics subjects will be more difficult than junior high school topics. This study will assist grade 10 students and others in understanding what they must do in order to be prepared for the STEM strand. Who will benefit from this research? Grade 10 students. This research will give grade 10 students an idea of what will they encounter in basic calculus of senior high school STEM strand. Additionally, it will indicate the required skills for basic calculus that students need to know and study beforehand. This study will help grade 10 students realize that they need to take their junior high school seriously since most of the required skills are taught and mastered there. Therefore, when they encounter basic calculus in the STEM strand, they won't have a hard time coping up with it. Parents. Parents are the reason why most students can complete school because mostly parents pay for tuition fees and other financial obligations. This research will benefit them since it will give them peace of mind that the money they spend for their child's education will pay off because this research will help students learn what they really need to learn that will be useful and helpful for them. Educators. They will benefit from this research since they will not be obliged to establish a mathematical foundation on a student that is already aware of the topic. In this way, educators can focus and give their attention to those who are slightly behind others or having a difficulty coping up with a topic. Curriculum planners. This research will identify the least mastered skills of students. Therefore, it will help curriculum planners in determining the sequence of lessons that will help students in understanding them easily, starting from the basics up to the complicated topics.
Thank you for listening to our presentation. We are now ready for your suggestions, comments, and questions about our study.